No tea, straight season in the situation. Salt and Pepper Podcast, it's the nation. Melanation, you know what it mean. I will always show love to my queens. No tea, straight season in the situation. Salt and Pepper Podcast, it's the nation. Melanation, college educated, hustlepreneurs, you can't hate it.
You want to cuss me out now or later?
You're not recording?
I am. But you want to cuss me out now or later?
What? Tell me what it is first.
I'll tell you after.
No, do it now. I want to do it now.
There was no sound. We are home of technical difficulties.
Right. I mean, it happens. And we got
but we got sound now.
Fine.
We didn't get too far.
Oh, wow.
Right?
I think I got to do the intro all over.
I felt it. I felt it. I felt it.
Clearly.
You feel me?
I felt it. All right.
It's your girl, Salt.
Less aggressive. Less aggressive. Positive vibes only. That's why.
Can y'all hear us?
That's
Can
why.
y'all hear us
That's
now?
why I lit the damn candles.
It was the split.
Thank you. Someone understands. And then hands it back. It was this. Go ahead. Less aggressive.
It's your girl, Salt.
Don't play with me. Come on now.
So,
Give me what I need to do what I
I
got.
can't now.
Do it right there. I feel it.
It's your girl, Salt.
And your girl Pepper.
We coming to give you
No tea, straight seasoning. We're just two best friends.
giving our views
And perspective.
on this thing called life.
Period.
Now that y'all can hear us.
Loud and clear.
I do what I did before. That was fun.
Yeah.
But it's seen all emotion.
I know.
Right. This is just a rewind. So you're living deja vu. as I was saying, we're sitting here with the Tony Tyme, music artist. Now, what genre would you put yourself in?
Wow.
Because I listen to your
right
songs
to it.
and I really feel like your sound is very different. And you hear something similar, but not that. So what would you classify? That's why I didn't put anything, because I didn't want to classify you as something. So what would you? I don't know, to be honest. I mean, your vocals there, then you do a little rap, but then it's more melodic in a lot of parts. I mean, if Drake had a genre, y'all be right there. Yeah, but he don't even know what genre he is. He just
Right.
dropping hits right now.
Right.
So
No, you're right. I feel like I'm that type of artist. Like, you know, I try to be that type of artist where, because have this Jamaican background of music, and I grew up in America, obviously, and I'm influenced by like R&B and Drake and
yeah,
different singers and things. So I just kind of take what I like from everything that I hear and put it out. So I want to say, if I was a instrument in an orchestra, I kind of created my own instrument based off of all the other instruments.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I'm the triangle. Just to
She
put
went-
that out there.
She went and grabbed the water.
You ever seen that? I think it was a commercial. It was an orchestra, but the guy with the triangle came running to the front. Was like ping, 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 ping. I'm the triangle, where we don't sing powerful, but it has a purpose.
Yeah.
It need to be right there.
Triangle keeps the timing. You know what I mean? So, or you want to shake one hand?
That
You
too.
just- you just- okay.
I was pointing,
Oh, she was
agreeing, all that. But okay, so tell us, for those who don't know who Tony Tyme is, give us that story.
The full story, or you just want a quick?
Give us what you
What
give
you-
us what
whatever
you
you
want to
wanna give
give.
So for those who don't know me, I grew up in Hartford. I was born at St. Francis Hospital.
Dang, you give it the whole backstory.
Yeah, because I want people to like know, especially my Hartford audience, and
That this is
and
where I-
it's like,
yeah.
this is really where I'm from. Like, I grew up around a lot of people. Went to school with mad people, and they'd be like, it's kind of like I was there, but no one really noticed me. Like, I was just hidden gem or hidden talent, whatever. I was really shy,
Mm-hmm.
and going through life, I hit this point where I looked in the mirror and I was like, I want to be somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that outgoing side, like, and I just created this person, like this persona of this person inside my head.
But what triggered that moment when you look in the mirror and be like, I want to be somebody?
Probably shouldn't have had this split here to try to talk. So, what triggered the moment? Like, when I was growing up, I was kind of bullied in a sense. Like, my dad wasn't really in my life at a certain point.
Okay.
And when my dad was in my life, like, he was the provider. Like, I always had clothes, shoes, yada yada. Then after he left, like, life kind of got tough. So I used to get bullied. I used to have like one pair of shoes a year, like, and kids used to bully me, yada yada. Sad story, but I went through this whole thing feeling like no. I went through this I went through this whole thing and like
Not the real life LOL.
right. But I went through life just, you know what I mean, just trying to figure out who I was. But the whole time, like, I was writing songs, making music. I kind of got lost within music.
Okay.
And then I used to stutter a lot too. So then I just looked in the mirror. I was like, yo, you're not gonna stutter. I had like bad stammer issues. So, like, you're not gonna stutter. Like, you're Tony Tyme because this is your moment. You know what I mean? And like, since that day, like, I stutter on and off, but it was not as bad as it was. And after that day, my whole life changed. Like, I started getting like more friends, and that's how I believe in like just that power of just saying what you want to be and actually like meaning
Words
it.
of
Yeah.
affirmation,
Yeah.
manifesting it.
Well, they do say, the Bible does say life and death lies in the power of the tongue. So those things that you speak, you either become or it happens. So that was your moment.
It was.
And we talked about prior to the difference between Tony Tyme and who you actually are.
Right.
Right. Now, let's get into that for the people.
All right. So basically, like, I grew up in church. I used to be a preacher in church. So from 2006, right, 2006 to 2009, I was a preacher. Like, I traveled And that's like a whole story too. Like I stole my mom's van when I was younger.
To go travel to preach, doing the God's work.
Right. But I got into preaching because I grew up in church, stole my mom's van, crashed it. I almost like died, and at that point, like I was so sure, like still to this day, like God saved my life. And it was actually a song I had put on right before like the accident happened. So I got into preaching and singing in church and traveling, but then somewhere along the way, like you going through the like motions of like life, so kind of not straight away from church, but trying to figure out who I am and like
outside of
right.
church. Yeah.
And that's that's the separation between Anthony and Tony Tyme. Because around at that same time, like I said, I'm gonna be Tony Tyme and be this completely different person. Like you know what I mean? But I still have the same values as like honesty, integrity.
The moral,
right.
The character of the person is still the same.
From church, and that's brought me through life for like that's a lot of things that happened like for me is just because of the way that I move, that I learned from being in like church.
I'm curious to know where the name Tony Tyme came from.
Oh, that's a great question. So the name came from like multiple things throughout like life. Just one thing I realized within my life that's constant is just timing. Like the time that my dad was there, and then the time where he was in prison, and then he got deported and went to Jamaica, and then just a time through going through school, like you hit puberty, and then you just kind of grow up, and time is just that constant thing. And I feel like we don't have control over time. You know what I mean? So essentially, time is like God. Like you know what I mean? It's just that thing where it's there, it's always been there, and it's always gonna be there. But you can control what you do within time.
The time.
Right.
And like
Tony.
you said, it is your time.
Exactly.
How about Tony?
Tony, that's my
Anthony.
Right, that's my nickname. We're supposed to say my real name on here, but anyways.
You already said it. That's why
I
I tried to skip over the first time, and then you just dropped this. So I was like, dang.
I'm just kidding. But my real name is Anthony, like Anthony Marcel Malcolm Jr. A lot of people don't even know that I'm a junior.
A junior.
Right. But when I go through the airport, because my dad used to, be a big drug dealer or whatever. When I go through the airport, like through Miami, back from any other country, they stop me.
Because y'all the same name?
Yeah, every single time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now you say you was bullied a lot, but throughout that time you was writing music and everything. Now music is our therapy. S&P fam already know. Be prepared for a slight karaoke session. Like we communicate through music. It's the best translation of what's happening and how you feel without actually having to be vulnerable and say how you feel. Let me just turn this on.
Right.
Let me just hit this real quick. Did you actually, like now when you're performing, is that your chance to let it out? Or is when you performing you still more reserved because you want the song to correlate but you don't want to break down?
I'm still like learning. Like I haven't really released any personal like vulnerable songs yet. Like I've been saving that. Like everybody listens to me like, yo, we just want to hear more. I'm like, okay, that's coming. You know what I mean? So I have a EP that I'm working on now.
Timing.
That's gonna be coming in like November.
Okay.
Hopefully, and that's called The Language of Time.
I like that.
It's perfect.
Yeah. I like that.
So, but then now when it comes into like how I perform, I'm just all about vibes. Like I'm high energy. Like when I go out, I don't know. I'm a whole different person when I'm.
No, I seen snips
like,
of the SOB performance. Oh, FYI, he performed at SOBs last week. Did an amazing job.
Thank you.
I seen the clips, and you were living.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You were living, and it's rare. Everybody know I'm super honest. It's rare to see new performers actually be that comfortable in that setting. Like you'll see them more. Still trying to figure out, like, I don't know if I work this side too much or go over here. But you was just
all that goes through my like mind. Like I'm still young and I'm still learning how to perform. But I've been like around this or doing this for like the last 10 like years, and I've met like so many different artists. London, Frostman, Brilly, Crisis. I opened for Sean Paul, Mario Chief, like just a lot of different
just name
artists,
dropping. Why don't you?
I can name drop like
Keep it
all
going.
day, but,
Say them accolades.
I've shout out to Fuego on bass too. I've been around so many different artists from different genres, and I just any artist I go around, I'm like a sponge. So I usually go around and I just go
As
to
you
try to
should be.
learn and try to pick up little like things that they do. Oh, this is good. This worked, and I watch like the crowd and how people move and what they react to, what they don't react to. So it's all about like studying, and it's like this is a whole job for me. So,
But I think that's a maturity in it too, knowing you have to. A lot of people get that bigger than I attitude, and they forget you still have to learn and better your craft, right? And especially when it's coming from other people, it's like it could be touch and go. It's like, oh, I'm mad. You get people who be like, I'm mad. He get that reaction. I don't get that reaction.
Right.
Instead, you like, I see it now. I got it. I'm learning from it.
You gotta put in work. Like I see a lot of artists, within Hartford. I know I try to stay tapped in with like the younger generation or anybody who's doing anything creative because I'm out traveling. Not everybody here don't get a chance to or have the opportunity to even go travel and go to these places and do things. So anything I pick up from there, I'm always trying to like pour it back into the community because we all are a part of the same tree. And I have this saying like my boy Bossy, you can't see one part of a tree growing. That means that the rest of the tree is growing. So if that branch is growing, that means the entire tree just grew. So I just go by that philosophy and like life,
I like that. I dig that. I dig that a lot.
I dig that a lot.
I do. I'm visualizing a tree. That's why I'm like visual person. Yeah. Yeah. Now, how many songs gonna be on this EP?
Oh, this new project? 7.
Okay. I'm about to say 10. Tim's got a couple Grammys off of her little EP.
Yeah.
So anything is possible.
Tim's is fire too.
Anything is possible. And I listened to what you already put out now, and I was.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite song?
Top 2. The one I play in our story, Melanin
Jackpot.
Yep. And Starboy.
Okay.
Yep.
Those are the fairly new ones. What about you? Have you listened to any Tony Tyme?
I like the Melanin one.
You like the Melanin Jackpot? Why?
It's different, but it got a vibe to it.
Right.
So it's so many like, I feel like every part is a different like story in a way.
Yeah. Okay.
Every part kind of got a different vibe.
And
the beat, I love the beat.
The beat, you do?
Yeah. What?
I co-produced that beat. Shout out to Zulu.
That beat, I ain't even gonna hold you. We both looked at each other and was like, it's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Nothing was even said yet. It was just, it's a vibe. Because it was just immediate, like, normally some songs, even with radio hits that's already out, it take a good 30 seconds to really be like,
oh, okay, this is good.
We was maybe, 10? 11 seconds in, looked at each other like,
I like this one.
So I gotta anytime I'm in the studio, I gotta have y'all like listen to some.
I'm down for it.
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Input and y'all feedback.
And Starboy, I remember when you sent it and was like, take a listen, post a video. Child, I was there, so I said, nope, can't post that. Can't do that.
Starboy's a vibe.
But I'm gonna let y'all know, it definitely is a vibe.
Starboy's a vibe. Thank y'all really.
Definitely is a vibe.
I heard it. That was the first one you played for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
With the saxophone and I try to be different too from everything that I hear. You know what I mean? A lot of the music that is in just the world right now is all about killing and guns and drugs, and not that that's not going on.
Can you even hear that it's about that? Cause I feel like I don't be hearing no real words.
I do. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like we've come from a generation where we're like right in the middle, cause
the middle child.
Right. Nah, I mean, yeah, cause we know a life without no internet, no nothing, no access, nothing for real. And
You
then
telling me?
we know the life where we had to kind of learn it, but we actually grew up in it.
With it,
and then these kids now, like they know no other life. There's nothing else. There's no balance to them. So. And it's really on like us to give them the balance. I try to do that with my music, showing them like you don't have to sing about like guns and drugs all the time. Like it's cool just to make a fun song like with a saxophone, or
Right.
make it jazzy, or it's cool to like, you know what I mean?
Because it definitely got a wind your waist vibe at the same time. Like, y'all gotta listen to it. Because, child, I was in my room just vibing. And then I realized the vibe is too much. Turn the camera off. Turn the
I
camera
vibe is too much. Turn the camera off. No, you should have. No?
Nah.
Why not?
I would have looked like auntie trying to keep up with the kids.
I keep up with the kids.
TikTok got enough of that for me. Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do me.
I'm sorry.
Do you
Don't
guys
do me.
have
Sip on
a
my
TikTok?
We do.
You do.
We on every platform.
Okay, what y'all do on TikTok? Dance?
We post our clips. We do some skits here and there.
A little bit of something.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys like acting?
I do.
I love.
You don't, or you
I
don't?
said I do.
I have like 6 different characters already living in here. So they love when they get their chance to shine.
When they have to present themselves.
Do you feel like you made those characters from your trauma, or do you feel like
Yes.
you just, yeah?
Like you, I was bullied. I don't know if you remember me from Fox, but I had a few tussles, but it was none I've chosen. It was always me just. And I felt like I had to adapt. Like, everybody know her as Brittany. That's the person they'd be like, no, don't let her out.
Yeah.
No. Because
That's what
I had
Brittany-
to learn how to, I hate fighting, but I always had to defend myself. So Brittany just came about of, that's a bad bitch. I'm knocking bitches. Like, that was me. That was who Brittany was. But I lost who Nashe was in the process. And I had to figure that part out as well. That's why I asked, do you know when to turn it on and off? Because sometimes it can get muddled between 2 personas. That's why I got multiple, because I had to learn how to balance. I thought when I was figuring Brittany out, I was getting back to Nashe, but then I created Trina. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And then after Trina claimed Claudette.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nye, Pepper, now I'm Nashe.
Right.
Like, I could give you multiple me's, but now I know how to. But each one literally protected me at something from my life.
Right.
Or in my life. Or pushed me to a new level
I was just about
in
to say,
life.
when did you know, like, not when, but how did you know to create something new? Like, how did you know one was ending and a new one was beginning?
Trauma's evident.
Mm.
Trauma's evident. And
Sometimes it's not. I think sometimes some trauma is like,
no, I'm not saying it's not avoidable, but it's when it's happening, you see it. It's clear. It's not always a blind side. Like something you either ignore the signs.
I mean, but some people don't even realize some things are trauma. And
Facts.
like some
Until
that's what I mean.
Until
like
it's done. And
until
you got
time,
the effects of
right?
it.
Until
Okay,
time
so
providing, like,
Brittany was formed not realizing trauma. It was formed just to shield me
Right.
from what was happening. And by the time I realized it was actually a different persona of mine, that's when I was like, okay, I need therapy, traumatized, PTSD, like, okay, figured it out. That, and from then, I knew in certain situations, I couldn't be me. I'm not strong enough to either end this or go through this. So I need to muster up that umph or that gump. And it's not, I don't want to sound crazy because I'm naming people, but those are the phases in my life.
Right.
Like, when everybody know I was engaged 2 times, but when my second engagement ended, it hit different. To get through that, I had to be Peppa. I had to be this transparent, raw person to get through what I was going through, because it was either that or suicide. So instead, I got on live.
And started connecting with other people. Right?
Exactly. And I realized, like the Bible say, we don't go through things for ourselves. It would be only selfish of me to hold my story in. Other people are experiencing this, might be not the same way, but in some manner of it.
Facts.
So if me telling it regardless of how it make me look, what people think about me, because Lord knows I don't give a fuck what people think about me.
Right.
But if it can help somebody, I'm with that. I'm 10 toes behind that. And I think that's why a lot of music artists do music, because they know their music can touch people in like
different ways.
Exactly.
And for me too, it's like a lot of times it's the people that I get to meet along the way that like we cross paths and we might talk, because like when I was younger, I was molested, right? And I never talked about it like throughout life. I never told my mom. It wasn't until like this year, like maybe like 2-3 months ago, like I was able to like overcome and tell my mom and yada yada, you know what I mean, and go through the whole motion. And then after that, like I felt like I had no weight on my like shoulders. But then I bump shoulders with people while I'm in the music industry or doing different things, and I catch stories. I'm like, yo, like, you know, do this, or somebody will be like, yo, like just watching the way how you live and how you move and how you treat people and your story, like people connect with me and be like, yo, I really, like, you really helped me overcome, you know what I'm saying? And if just to hear you say that you made different names up for yourself for different stages in your life, it just that touched me. I'm like, damn, what if I did that? The Tony Tyme was that me trying to run from a trauma, you know what I mean? And end up splitting it into two different people or two different things, you know what I mean?
Right. And he's just now used as an outlet.
Just now, like, I feel like now too, I'm at this point in my life where everything is full like circle. Like I'm at a whole different place. Like, you know what I mean?
You seem like having very kids, much so peace.
Right.
Yeah, I have this. After I had kids, like life like just slowed down for me. And I started realizing like the cycle, like, you know what I mean, the things that like our parents did and then we end up coming doing and then our kids do, and it's like just go all around and around. And I'm trying to figure out a way how to like break it, like, you know what I mean, how to really like shatter it, especially with like love and things like that.
I can honestly say it's not easy. Because I don't want to say I did break a cycle, but when the cycle is broken for your own family, you become the back burden of the weight is now on you to make sure everybody else get there. So I would honestly say let it happen in due time, because it's a gift and a blessing, but the burden it be. I pray your strength. I pray your strength. And I love my family. I do. But that's just, anybody could tell you, millionaire, thousandaire, hundredaire, I don't care what you are. If you the furthest in your family, they're looking at you now like,
to be the provider. Like I get looked like, and I haven't even accomplished a lot. You know what I'm saying?
You
like,
haven't reached your peak.
Right. I'm barely scratching the surface, barely breaking through, and I have family that's like I haven't talked to in like years. That's like, hey, like what up, cuz, or like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, wait, what? Like, huh? Like,
we family now?
Like crazy.
You know
like,
me? You want to talk to me?
And it's not. I'm not trying to knock family, because, you know, if I could help anyone in my family, but it's like and to be the person you have to be in life, you got to be selfish too. Like, you got to hit a point. Like my focus.
We call it self-full.
Self-full. Okay, I like that. It got to be mom. That like nobody matters. Like, you know what I mean, when it comes to what you're trying to like get. And I had to reach that point. And once I reached that level, like mentally, things started to like just fall into place.
And was it that you realized like your peace is most important?
Yes, right.
I could relate to that.
We all
1,000%.
We all.
Listen, I block
I feel like
people.
I'm pushing through that as we speak.
Yeah.
This is very new for me, to just be able to like be self-full, because I'm always, even if it's just me being a listening ear, I'm here. I'm always gonna listen, but sometimes I can't listen, because I realize at this point I am drained from everybody around me. And they getting what they need, but I'm just like,
I turned my phone off. I really I had to reach a point too. Like I took this trip to Jamaica like 2 years ago, and I went to the studio with shout out to Tony Rebel, and Rebel Salute. I went on top of the studio, so you know Bob Marley and the biggest like reggae artists
I know.
wrote songs at this studio. So it's like a famous studio, and I walk in the studio. I have a big bottle of like Henny, and I'm thinking like, I'm young. I'm thinking like, yo, they're gonna be impressed. I got this big bottle of Henny. They're like, yo, you know, we don't even drink liquor, like, and we don't even bring liquor here. I'm like, so I'm feeling like a big ass. I don't know if I can cuss like that.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like a big ass.
I done dropped major bombs.
I stood the Henny bottle to the side, but there was this. There were like 3 mango trees that were growing on the side of the studio. All the trees were just leaning towards the studio, and he was like, a lot of positive words and positive songs and positive energy were like written here, sung here, and things of life like lean towards that, like things that you need lean towards. And there's just one mango tree and one limb that came all the way down, and you could just reach and like grab it like mango. He was like, in life, you never have to force to do anything. Like if you remain positive, remain who you're supposed to be, everything will come like right back to you. And that changed my whole entire life. Like that changed my whole perspective. I came back a whole different person at that. It was like 2 years ago. I don't even know why I had told that story, but
We thank you.
yeah, you know.
I thank you for all of your transparency, and I mean, whew.
You said, phew.
No, for real, because
that
most
was
people
bad.
come on
That
here, we get a lot of guests on here that we believe have great stories, but the lights come on,
Oh,
they
get
see
signed.
the monitors, and it's just like,
Oh no.
I thought about it. And I honestly, like, we're not even nowhere near an hour in, and
We touched up like
A lot.
Yeah.
This.
I'm thankful. Like,
Yeah.
season 4 is great, guys.
let's keep on.
So,
keep on-
your
keep on
creativity.
going,
Where do you get your inspiration sparks from to make a song from something? I know a lot of people get those.
yeah. Women.
Okay. Okay. No
What
hesitation.
answer?
Nah, women.
What about a woman?
That is a great question.
Uh-huh.
Right, so I grew up in a house at first with a single mom, and I had 3 sisters, so I was the only boy. So I just have like a
Are
different.
you the baby? I'm sorry. I'm
No,
curious.
I'm
Okay.
the second oldest, but I like to say I'm the oldest. 'Cause,
Okay.
you know. But so like I just grew up around women, so I just have a different like I used to play with Barbie dolls with my sisters and then wrestle them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Pop their heads off
right,
too.
yeah. So it's like I just have a different level of
Respect.
for like women, and even now, like people see me, I have a slogan. It's time for the girls. You know what I mean? And a lot of guys will see that and be like, yo, like you're always around women, like yada yada. They think I might talk to them or we're
Right.
sleeping yada yada, but it's never that. That's never the case. I just keep it silky around women. Like, you know, I'm just smooth and I.
I like that.
You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, so I'm always around women, so I just built this image and this slogan, everything. That's why I make my songs are all like for women. Every song I make is like, I wonder if a girl's gonna like bop to this. Like even Melon and Jackpot, like
Oh, hello. That is the number.
That's the reason why I even
Number
named it that.
one
Like,
reason.
the
I was
why
like,
named it Melon and Jackpot because I
song
wanted.
for us.
It is, and I wanted to, you know, I'm around girls a lot, and they always be like, you know, bitch, you bad, yada yada, you know what I mean? And just that word, bitch, I just wanted to change, or bad bitch, I wanted to change the narrative. So even in the song, you hear me, I'm saying some real shit, like I'm saying, like, you know, bad bitches got LOCs, bad bitches got college degrees, like I'm saying, like, this is what a bad bitch is. It's not what the industry or people would want it to like look
Right.
like,
But
right. But I had to do it in a catchy way to it. So sometimes with my songs too, like people get lost in the melody and how like it's like I'm not doing with no effort. But if you really listen to the what I'm saying, I'm dropping like crazy bars and gems in there.
You don't have to tell us. Tell them. We heard it.
Melon and Jackpot, go check it out. Man.
I'm going to drop it on a page right after this is posted. So it'll be there.
So yeah, women inspire me creatively, like just life too. Like even my song Butterfly, like I just was driving and seeing the butterfly go past the window, and it just I don't know, it just inspired me to write a song. And I don't write either, so I just
That's her vibe.
hear a word or see something, like I don't know, I might see a tattoo, or I'm like, well, I like that, and just go make a song about this, and it be about this person. I don't know how I do it, I just do.
Gotcha. Now, do you paint?
No,
Not at all?
I used to draw, but not paint.
Okay. You gave me painting vibes.
Painting vibes, painter vibes,
Mhm.
artsy,
Yeah.
real artsy vibes. Yeah, I feel like I'm more, I'm
Like you're very eclectic.
right. I feel like I wouldn't paint. I would be the person to like put shit together and be like, this is art. Like, you know what I mean? You ever seen people do that?
Just like a not a sculpturist, but like grab different
right
things.
and put it together. And like this is art. That's me.
Just you.
Have you tried that?
Doing that. I mean, I like. To
Now
say,
don't be the man with the cart pushing down the street, picking up mad shit now.
No. I like designing homes. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like.
Oh, interior design.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I like stuff like that. Getting the statue, matching it. You know what I mean? I like
Yeah.
colors. I don't know. That's just.
No,
that's me.
it's funny you bring that up because you scroll through your IG, your style is very your own, but it works for you. Now, the jackets, I don't know many people who can put those off, but it works for you.
Right.
Now, where do you get your inspiration for dressing from? Because I know you ain't just picking up no magazine and being like, yeah, that's it, because I haven't seen none of that.
No, I just get it from like me. I realize like the power of self, the power of what you think. Like, you know what I mean? And I put it to the test. Like, kind of giving away a little secret here, but you know what I mean? Just how I could just say I'm Tony Tyme and everyone see me as Tony Tyme. Like, I could pick up this bottle of water and be like, yo, this is the best bottle of water. And this, because of my belief, like, other people can believe in. And I feel like that's my, like, gift. Like, you know what I mean? Just that power of being able to influence, you know what I mean, by that way. So I go thrifting. Like, I'll go to the thrift store and I'll pick up, like, a $2 jacket, like, a $1 pants, like, you know what I mean, and throw it together, but I wear it like it's a $1 million pants, and I'll be like, this right here, like, this jacket right here is Dunner. Like, they be like, what's that? Like, I don't know, but it's Dunner. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and it's just that, but that's fire though. But and then that having that confidence, I have to attribute that back to like being from Hartford, like being bullied, like being ranked on. I had to learn how to like be quick and be grateful for what the fuck you have. Like on dress down day, like when everybody was wearing like fresh Nikes and yada yada. I used to go to church, so I had suits. So I used to show up to Fox in like full suits.
I know that's right.
And they said, but all the kids would laugh, but all the adults would be like, yo, that's fire. They be like, and I'd be like, oh yeah. Like,
I'm on the right track.
I'm on a whole different level, and I've always been that way. Like, I never looked for the attention of like
your peers
ever. It's always been like a whole different level. Like, you know what I mean? So
now, do you find with your music, do it resonate more with the people that are closest to you, or you attract more strangers and you get more love from strangers?
Strangers. Started with strangers. Nobody really like ever cheered for me for like growing up. Like, not even my mom's single mom. She working all the time. My sisters. I had one older sister, rest younger. So it was just like I felt alone in a sense, right?
Yeah.
And I had to cheer for me. So everything I had to do, like I would be the one clapping for myself. So I kind of just bring that to my like music. At first, I was trying to make music because I used to be in Swag Mob, and I used to throw parties, you know, in my younger years. Shout out to Swag Mob, shout out to Echo. He just had a birthday too. I used to throw parties with him, and I was this person. I'm trying to figure out where I was from going there. Hold on. What was the question?
What was the question? Say.
I was about to say, I don't got time for this. I don't have time for this.
See, that's why she don't smoke. She
right.
blames
I was
it
actually
on
going
that.
somewhere with that.
You was.
Yeah.
And now I'm sitting here trying to think like what was that? Because I'm so interested in what you're saying.
I was about to make like a crazy like point, but I don't know.
We'll get back to that.
Right. Yeah, I'll catch us on the next episode.
The next episode. No, but I know I was interested in, well, you was talking about how you was dressing and where you got that from and how you adapted it different and you never seek approval from your peers.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say, with the
And
music.
yep.
Right. So at
it's
first,
coming back.
Yeah, at first because I was in that circle and you know we was throwing like the biggest parties in the state, like, and I was making music and I kind of felt like, yo, they should be playing my music at the party. But, and I had this like entitlement thing, like, you know what I mean, because like, yo, that's my I'm with him every day, yada yada. But I had to like take myself out of that circle and like look at it like from a whole different lens and be like, damn, like why am I trying to make a song that they like so that they play? Like, you know what I mean? I got to make a song that I like, and once I like it, like they're gonna have to play it. Like,
right.
And I don't even like hit them up and be like, yo, like play my song or hear the song. Like, they end up hearing it from somebody, right? And then that kind of like put me in a whole different lane too, because then I stopped looking at like the artist here. I started looking like, what is Drake doing? What is like Jay-Z doing? What is Lil Baby doing? What are they doing out there in the world? And that took me from being just listened to from like my sister to I go to Miami, I go to Atlanta, New York City, Boston, like all over the world for real. And that's my audience. And then slowly but surely, like people here started seeing me go all these different places, and they're like, wait, like when you start making music? Like
too late.
You know what I mean? But I mean, that's just my strategy. Cause there's people that can get like their whatever to like their music, and then it spread that way out. So I just did it the opposite way. I started outside and then worked my way in.
Yeah, I don't think we never cared about inside or tried, because we knew this not everybody tastes. We don't have no gossip.
It only worked for certain people working from the inside going out.
Right.
It's that Hartford mentality thing. This the perfect example. They waited until they started seeing what you was doing, and I was like, oh, I know him. Yep, y'all, I know him. But
are you receptive to it though? Like, do you still be cordial, hi, but not feed into it no more? It's just like, I'm gonna play you to the side kind of thing.
I just believe in love, you know what I mean? That's one thing too. My sister, she's like my go-to person. Shout out to Cold Magic. She yells at me all the time, because she's like, people are using you, like, or people are
that's love, yeah,
using you. But I'm like, I don't match energy, like, you know what I mean? I don't believe in like dimming down like who I am because this person is this. Maybe they just don't know yet. Like, you know, maybe I am the light that's gonna show them like they don't have to be this way, or you know what I mean? And that happens a lot, because people would, you know, do it at first and then be like, wait, like it's not even bothering him, like, and then they look at them, they look at themselves like, okay, and I see people like literally mature, like just off of me acting off of love, you know. And I feel like that's what my purpose is. Yeah,
because it ends up turning around being the guilt makes them do a self-reflection, like what I'm doing is not right, so I gotta change my ways or whatever. Because I live by, I think DMX said it the best. Once I see who you are, that's who I play you as. If I know you a snake, I'm gonna treat you like you're a snake. I'm not gonna match your energy on it, but I'm gonna only use you in safe situations. I don't need you right. Like, we don't gotta talk every day. I don't need nothing right now. Like, I felt like even with the pod, it was more of, you like it, you don't, that's fine, you listen, thank you.
There's a billion people in the world. I feel like because we come from Hartford, a lot of people that live in Hartford have never left Hartford, like never left Hartford or never left the state, and it's not funny. That's
it's not
sad.
funny.
That is so sad.
It's not
because
funny,
the world
but
is so big.
it's sad because Hartford only but so big.
Yeah,
I know, but
that's crazy.
But like after traveling, and like there's no place like Hartford.
None.
There is no, like, Hartford is so wavy. Like, I don't want nobody to get to it, but Hartford is probably like, different. It's so different. Like, and there's no place like it.
It's just a different place. It's different, but it's home.
Right.
No, I think that's what could be what it is too, because you meet somebody who born and raised in Wyoming, and like, there's no place like Wyoming. But you're right. It's no place like home.
Why did you pick Wyoming? Why was that the first thing in your like mind?
It was
that's the most random place for her.
It was either there or Utah.
You should go like visit there. No,
it's lit.
Because you might have somebody from Wyoming watching. You should.
What's up, Wyoming?
You should go visit Wyoming.
Tennessee first though. Tennessee's the first on my list.
That shit. I've never heard nothing happen there. Like that shit don't sound dangerous. It sounds like a mystery.
Wyoming.
Like a fucking myth.
Right. Like, I ain't never met nobody from Wyoming.
What happens there?
People are living, breeding.
No, I'm so serious. That's crazy.
We're gonna Google it.
But that's how big. Really, but that's how big the world is.
Wyoming?
Like, I've never heard nobody say I'm going to.
So if you got booked in Wyoming tomorrow, you going?
I'm flying there. It's active. Lit.
Can we? Do you get additional plane tickets? How does this work?
You know,
We need to experience this together. This is a group activity now.
Nah, let's travel.
Wyoming it is.
We here for it. Give us the dates.
Do y'all,
Find the sitters.
do y'all like traveling?
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course.
Oh, yeah. Listen, we've been beating ourselves up because last year we started our annual best friend vacation.
And we ain't get to go.
And we didn't get to go this year.
Yeah.
But we're doing my B-Day trip.
Yeah.
But the stretch of the time.
When's your
It's
birthday?
wrong
September.
timing.
You're Virgo?
Libra.
You're Libra. Okay.
Mhm.
And we were supposed to go in March.
Yeah, so-
from March to September is a very long stretch.
Where y'all planning on going?
Dominican Republic.
Oh, DR.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. We went to Puerto Rico last year, Dominican Republic this year.
Mm-hmm.
Tequila drinker?
No,
What do you like to drink?
vodka.
Vodka? What do you like to drink?
Everything.
Anything.
High five. We outside.
It does the job.
As long as, as long as
It does
tastes
the
good.
job. Now,
And I've really always been a vodka drinker. Remember,
Always.
Goose was
I
my
can't
my
drink
drink
vodka.
back in
Always.
Goose used to be like the go-to.
she'd really walk up to you with about
Goose and
loose
lemonade.
off the goose. That was her shit. Like,
That was the drink. Back
now,
in-
do
back in
you
the day.
drink or smoke before you perform, or you rather be clear-headed, sober-minded, or do you need that little one shot to, like, what's happening backstage?
It depends on where I'm at, like
The
spiritually.
venue.
No, spiritually.
okay.
Like when I'm doing, because I go through periods where like I might fast, so I may not drink for like a whole entire month. You know what I mean? Or I may not like smoke for a month or whatever. I try to balance myself, so it just depends on where I'm at. But lately, I'm smoking. Like I'm smoking, and I'll take some two shots or 3 shots like Ray.
Why, Ray?
Of Ray. I just wanted to make sure.
Why
I
are you
heard
messing with that
correct,
uncle and his
right?
nephew? They ain't do nothing to
I don't
you.
bother
Listen,
them.
shout
They
out
don't
to
like me.
shout out to Ray and nephew. You know.
You like, I don't give a fuck.
Shout
What
out
do you
to Ray
feel
and
Mm-hmm.
like?
nephew.
No, they don't like me. I don't know if
We
our
had a,
families got beef or
Don't
what,
like-
but they don't like
Y'all don't
me.
like rum punch?
Yes.
No.
No.
However,
However,
we had a experience with them
I had
people.
too many experiences
With them people.
With him and his nephew.
And-
You gotta know how to drink it.
They don't like me.
You
I
gotta know
done
how to
tried
drink
to
it.
drink them in several different settings.
Now, okay.
You're supposed
don't
to
like
add
me.
water to it. Like you're supposed to drink that with water. You actually supposed to drink
And
all
what's crazy,
liquor
I
with
drink my
water.
liquor now with water. And what got me on that was the gym. I
I
drink
do
Tito's
seltzer water.
because of it's Tito's, and then I do water.
I need seltzer water.
Water.
I need a little scissor crack.
Supposed to cut the liquor with. We're not supposed to drink liquor like how we've been
we've
drinking
been
it. Yeah,
consuming
'cause
it.
Oh, you telling
that's
me?
like a whole other story.
Boy, we had a time last night. Woo!
What happened?
Nothing.
I wasn't there. Don't look over here.
I was not there.
It actually was brunch.
I haven't been to brunch in a while.
You don't
Me
go.
neither.
I
Look,
haven't been to brunch.
Don't
in a while.
go. It's a
Brunch
setup.
where?
fishing thing.
No, you can't look over here. I ain't never
Fishing
been.
things. I love
Mhm.
fishing things. Shout out to Sam.
Yeah,
One of my boys. That's a nice spot.
yeah.
Never been. My best friend go every weekend.
No,
and
that's
I
a
ain't
nice-
Never been.
Well, it's not about
Ain't
to
that
be
crazy?
exclusive now, but
No, it was packed last.
I heard
yesterday was packed.
they're gonna have to expand. Like they're gonna have to.
The brunch was lit. It was crazy lit.
Yeah, I was actually talking with them. I don't know if I can say this, but we were planning on doing I'm gonna say it anyways. We was planning on doing.
I mean, he did shout you out on the page.
I know.
Yeah.
That was fire. But we're planning on doing a gospel brunch type of thing at Fishing Things. Trying to change up the why people go out and like just change the vibe of going out too. I feel like I don't know about
We're gonna do
everything, but
gospel karaoke.
yeah, and I be getting tired of hearing like the same songs all the time.
Right.
So just to throw something in the mix. So it'll be like all gospel music, and we're gonna have some gospel singers come too. So
If you need some names, I got some.
bet we can definitely like exchange info.
We connected in that world that way.
Facts.
On our little church.
Well, I had a question. I want to know what gets like your creativity flowing. Like when you about to go to the studio, when you in the studio on the way, whatever it is, what gets you in?
Sweet.
I'm fucking with you. I don't know if I should tell that secret. I don't know if I should.
Okay.
That's like because I don't I don't write. Like, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
people,
You just vibe out.
yeah, and I'm able to do it. Like, when I get in my zone, I'm able to do it like this. Like, it's real quick, and you
Mhm.
know, I don't want to let away that secret. Like, you know.
Okay.
So that's like a secret.
Okay.
What
take
puts
that.
me in that zone. But I will say, like, people should meditate more.
Okay.
Like, I feel like that this is just not for music. This is just for like
Life.
anything.
And
Like, for
life,
life.
yes.
Like, whatever you want. The world started. If you go by the Bible, God said, "Let there
Be light.
be." There was
Mhm.
words, but before there's words, there's always a thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like that.
Understood.
So if you could, for like, I know how you said this generation, we're like the middle, and it's up to us to inspire or teach those behind us. So for those who listening, if you could say one thing to inspire the next, or somebody who's already doing but haven't found their own lane yet, what would you say?
For what they want to do. Life is a journey.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best thing I can really say. And just keep on moving forward. Like, you're gonna go through various stages, and Jay-Z said it too in an interview. Shout out to Hov. Nothing happens to you, everything happens for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit, when he said it, I was like, I'm about to add that to like the way I like move. And I watch a lot of interviews. I like read, you know what I mean,
Yep.
and just try to become a better version of you. I feel like we also in a time where people are more aware, maybe too much, but people are more.
woke.
Yeah, some people are a little bit like, you know, but being aware of yourself and what happened to you or what's happening to you and how to like get over that, like, you know what I mean, so that you can pass along those things, like, you know what I mean, those
Right.
values or those tips that the next person, it may be easier for them,
Right.
because life is like hard, you know,
Facts.
and we need a way better sense of community in like Connecticut, like, period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Community is
Agreed.
huge, it's big, you know what I mean, it's
Agreed.
a lot of shit that happened too, like within the like state and just within Hartford, like, it's so senseless. Like, even the killings and shit like that is senseless, is dumb, and it's crazy because when I was growing up, there was somebody older, you know what I mean, that was like, yo, no, don't
Putting you
no,
the other
right.
direction.
And I feel like, you know, with us, like we was so focused on like us, like we've been focused on us and becoming better us that we didn't even really, well, me, look back really be like, yo, yada yada. So they just
Doing whatever.
right.
And then also, we had a lot more community centers.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot more programs that were free or very affordable. I know the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club, like the Boys and Girls Club is still semi-affordable, but they were free.
Right.
Like, most of these after-school
I used to
programs were
work for the
free.
Boys and Girls Club,
Like,
too,
or
so
you'll
shout out
do
to
power
Sandy.
hour after school just to hang out. Like,
Yeah.
you
Power
had
hour.
things. That's telling our age.
Now our after school program is $300 for the week
No,
for after school.
yes, for hour and 30 minutes.
I'm
Exactly.
about to say, it's so hard too. Like, shout out to all the moms and single moms and parents too, man. It's so hard
Thank you.
in this
Appreciate it.
Shout out to you.
in this time. You know what I mean? It's so hard in this time, and things are mad expensive. Like, I don't even know how they expect people to like live. Like, it's so hard to live, especially when you have kids and you get 24 hours, so they say,
Yes.
in a day. You're supposed to work 8. Like, wow.
You're also supposed to sleep 8 too.
Right.
Ooh, that leaves
That's
you with
crazy.
eight,
crazy.
8 to do what? What you do?
Right.
Exercise. That's an hour. You gotta cook, clean, prep.
Gotta have sex.
Mandate.
Look, we done took a whole extra 4 hours.
Don't make us look y'all back. I done took a whole. I'm drumming for the fifth
Another
floor.
4 hours, like,
Yeah, so we just there we go. All the hours right there.
man.
That's my best friend. You know what she like doing. No, but I know I can't speak for Salt, but I let her say her things. But I truly enjoy having you here. This has been no shade, no tea, straight season. This has truly been one of the best interviews we have had, and I thank you for your transparency, your honesty, even telling parts of you that you
I've
haven't
never
spoken
said,
of yet.
oh, yeah,
Exactly.
So,
So I'm
this is
very
an
grateful
exclusive,
for
like,
that
you know?
because you don't know who it could help. And
Yeah.
our
Right,
platform is known for reaching that person. So I'm very, very thankful for that because you could have shut down or avoided it right away. But you said, nah, I'm going to let you have that. But that just goes to show when the vibe is right.
It happens.
And you create a safe space.
Mm-hmm.
Anything is possible.
This is my
Create a
favorite
space
because
with
it
flavor.
I feel like separately it resonated with both of us.
Yeah.
Just with how you speak is spiritual on many different levels. And I know people that's watching and listening, they might be spiritual more in her direction, or they might be spiritual more in my direction. So for you to sit and actually touch on both was it was deep. I enjoyed this.
I
Thoroughly.
appreciate that. So, what is your belief?
I am more of a universal manifestation. Energy is what operates all of this.
Okay. So you believe in
A higher
the
power.
universe,
The
okay,
universe
okay.
is more so of my higher power.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing. Listen, I tell everybody like whatever works for like you. You know, like I just try to live by the example. So I believe in the Bible, but I've also I believe in energy too.
Facts.
But I get all of that from just studying the like Bible. I feel like everything all
Correlate.
says the same thing.
What's
like,
crazy
you know?
is when I first started tapping more into my spirituality, I used to be like, best friend, I'm telling you, like, just listen to what I'm saying. And I'm like, it's like the same thing. Like, this is this, and this is this, and this is this. And she used to be like, I don't know if that makes sense to me. But now she understands more.
And it's also, I think, sometimes us churchgoers, previous churchgoers, you get in that mindset of, I don't want to hear anything else but Bible.
I've never been that way.
Well should have came to my church.
But my church is like that. My church is like that,
sometimes you get so close-minded to what else is out there, and you forget that you can learn or gain more insight into how a person is if you just listen to what they believe in. And once I got a mind for myself, I wasn't just listening just to listen because she was saying something.
Listen and try to understand.
Yes, and ask questions and engage. And it was just like, she would say something, I was like, that's like this scripture.
Like, I got a scripture for that. And it's like, I got a scripture for that. And I was like, I'm telling you, it's like the same thing.
And it was just more so, it made us more balanced. Because I didn't, it wasn't bothering me when she would be like, oh, well, you need to sage or pray. I'm like, no, prayer works.
Right. I mean, I feel like a lot of times too, what I try to do is figure out why somebody believes that. Like, it's not so much what they believe, but why. Because everybody believes something for a reason. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Whether it be that's what you were born into, that's what your parents taught you, or something happened and you just happen to believe this. You know what I mean? So I always try to figure out why. But I feel like in this era too, in this generation, like people don't know how to talk. Like,
facts.
You
I
know
find
what
it's
clicked
like
my like miscommunication or misunderstanding with it. My father is heavy in church, and I was going on like a college tour with his church, and he gave me a Bible, and he was talking to me more about it, and I'm like, but where did religion come from? And he was like, really, somebody just wrote the Bible, and like this is what it is. And I'm like, so I can make my own religion? And he was like, yeah, like if you got people to follow your word, then you can. That was like, what is this? It's like, so what are you telling me? And from that, I couldn't understand it. Because I feel like if I can make my own religion, then how deep is it? But at the same time, I then started to notice how it all really is connected at the core.
There's one God. Because I mean, we play telephone, like, you know what I mean? Through the years, the Bible's changed hundreds of thousands of times, taking out things. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on how deep you want to go. There's some people that don't necessarily need to know anything else other than like, okay, this is what you telling me, this is it. There's some people that
I need the
they
tap
need
on
the like
doors, I
truth,
need the
like, you know what I mean,
background,
and I need
the
to know what's
underneath.
going on, and it could get confusing when you start to really like dive in, because I went down that rabbit hole like where I needed to know, so like
The
I
next
studied
thing you
it.
know, you 18 study Bibles in, full language dictionaries, trying
And
to
I
figure
think
out
But
That was
the
more
root
weird
of
that,
that
that
helped
people
me.
will say they don't know. Like
Exactly.
they
That
would
was-
just say, I
that was
don't
my
know.
whole reason why.
Like, when
And they
I
were
asked-
fine following with the I don't know.
Because what happened was when I was in after I was in the car accident I was telling you about, and I almost like died. I was going to school. I was in 8th grade. I had a friend. Her name was Athea, and she was a atheist. LOL. And she didn't believe in God, but I went there every day, and we would talk. And by the end of the year, she said she believed in God. She believed in God. She ended up turning to believe in God or believe in something because I just sat down and was able to talk with her. Because people don't believe in God, and people that do believe in God, it's like they go like they're trying to go like, but it's not to be combative. Like, it's okay if you don't believe in God. That doesn't mean I can't talk to you or be a friend or have a conversation or eat like lunch with you. Like, why
Gosh,
wouldn't I? Like,
Jesus sure loved everybody.
Exactly.
He didn't care who you was. Can I sit with you? Cool.
But
Yeah.
you
The
know.
woman right about, you cool? Let me see. All right, cool.
Right, no, for real.
That's how it was, though. He
was
really
chilling
walked up to
around.
people, prostitutes,
He was in the
thugs,
trenches. Jesus was in the trenches.
murderers. Like,
Thieves.
y'all just killed somebody? Let me see. Cool.
One of
Y'all want to
his
be delivered today?
disciples
No?
was a thief.
All right, cool. Like, I think the Bible just shows everybody just has a choice. And you could choose how you deal or handle with that person. It could be with love, or it could just be with pure rage or judgment, envy, or whatever it might be. But he always chose love.
Right, the love, and to do the doing the righteous thing doesn't necessarily always serve you. And that's, to me, that's the whole example of the Bible. Just like, don't be that selfish person, like, to where you only want to serve yourself. All Jesus did was serve people.
Right.
And that's all the messages to me that what the Bible is.
Amen. His offering can be collected.
Tithes and offerings. Did y'all see the video of the pastor
That
getting
got
robbed in
robbed,
church?
yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
what is the world coming to?
That
That's
is
crazy.
Bishop Whitehead. He's actually, I know him. He was a part of our national district or whatever, and he's out of New York. Yeah, people have no respect, no
regard,
no
not
regard to
even-
life or the sanctity of these places where people gather to worship. These used to be the safe havens. Like, when a storm is coming, you take shelter in the church. When your husband beating on you, you run to the church. When your wife then distraught you, you confide. And like, that used to be a safe haven. But now you gotta go to church and be like, who coming in the door?
Right.
And you taught in church to never do what? Look back at the door. Well, I don't know about nobody else. Leaders are taught to always look at either your bishop, your pastor, whoever he is.
I'm looking around.
But no, they tell you that's the usher job. That's the usher job. The usher supposed to determine who come in, who go out, if it's appropriate time or whatever. We was always taught it's a distraction of everybody. Every time the door open, you like this.
It is a distraction.
You always supposed to.
And those things are like doctrines to certain church. Like,
Yeah.
that's what, as a kid, they don't teach you like what church is. Like, you know, the levels and
Right.
everything that is specific to that body or that group of of that church. Like, some
Denomination.
churches, right? Yeah. So it's not until you get older now it gets confusing. Like, wait, why? You know what I'm saying? So you blindly leading or blindly following, pulling kids to church, but you're not explaining to them or
Right.
teaching them like how that part goes. You know. So,
Right.
and we was just, I feel like we were just too smart. No, like, I feel like our generation is mad.
We just
Yes.
have
We
questions.
really are mad inquisitive, and we
Yeah,
ask
we
mad
have a lot of
and
questions. We need to
This
know
next
why.
generation, they not
They don't
They're
got it.
weird.
they not
They don't-
they not
They wear
going-
hoodies
they
in
not going
95
for it.
degree
They're not
weather.
going for it.
They're thugs, okay? These are indestructible
babies. These
human
babies raised off
beings,
of milk.
okay?
McDonald's babies.
Real talk.
These are different type of humans, yo. They got on, I'm talking about wool, cotton, polyester hoodies in
I'm not
100
gonna lie to
degrees.
you. I do that.
No, not to this level.
It doesn't.
Not a whole sweatsuit.
No, not in this heat.
And
But
Timbs.
when it's like
With the hood
yeah,
on.
I'm not wearing Timbs, but and like if it's like 80 degrees, you gotta think about it. If you go to the desert, they don't like.
That's different type of
like
heat though.
we take out how it's the same sun.
Dry
It's not
heat,
humid.
moist heat, humid heat.
That heat is worse. This heat is bad too. Like the sun
But
to me
out
feel
there,
fake.
the sun is like low, and
You
they
know-
The sun,
covering for
the sun here feels fake. Like when I go to Jamaica and I
'Cause
feel
he go
the
to
outside,
Jamaica,
like
so I can
this-
understand that.
this
He
don't.
feel the beams.
Yeah.
We just feel the
Cause
rays.
I'll tell you that
It's
I,
a big
I
difference.
can agree that sun in St. Thomas was like, wow.
Big
like
difference.
this is a lot happening. I've never felt this before. It wasn't humid at all. It was just sun.
Thanks. We had a lot to look forward to for DR.
Listen,
Tell the
travel.
people where they could find you.
You can find me on all platforms at the Tony Tyme, or just type in Tony Tyme. That's Time spelled with a Y, Tyme. I'm in all streaming stores: Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, YouTube, Vivo. However you want to consume music, you know.
However you get that thing.
Everything.
Get it.
Everywhere.
If you got an Android, I don't know. Ask Google.
Just let it roll.
Just saying.
Nah, I feel like
I got all that.
you
I got
have
all
a-
everything he just said.
Oh,
I
that's
got
crazy.
all of it.
I just wrote a song about
Andrew.
women.
Oh, y'all rule. Okay, so
That's a red
we
flag.
done here.
Red flag.
It's your girl Salt. It's your girl Salt.
Whew.
It's your girl Salt.
And your girl
We
Pepper.
just gave you
No tea.
straight seasoning.
You already know what it is and what to do. Now all we need your ass to do is subscribe. You already listen to us everywhere. Now subscribe.
Hit the button.
Hit the button. We love you. Thank y'all for tuning in. Next week is back to us. And we'll be just talking about,
Life.
being black.
Being black.
Showing up fully black. Being comfortable in you. So, yeah, I think that's the first time we gave out
I was
an
about to
episode
say,
early.
is that the topic for next week?
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
As y'all can see, she came up with that.
Mm-hmm.
On the spot.
No, it's already written. It's been written. But I don't know. Y'all have a good night. Be safe. Boom.